Hello and welcome to my first makeup video ever. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this forever and it's finally happening. So the whole reason that I wanted to start with a skull makeup look is because makeup placement is completely dependent on individual bone structure. So this is a really good exercise not only to figure out where all the bones in your face are, but to figure out how your face is unique and where you should be placing your makeup. So make sure you have a skull reference photo in front of you and make sure your hands are clean, and then start poking around on your face. You're looking for the sockets of the eyes, the nasal canal, the hollows of the cheeks, and the temples. The nasal canal is pretty easy to find. You just start wiggling your nose where the cartilage is and keep moving up until you can't wiggle it anymore. That's how you know where the bottom of your nasal bone is and the top of your nasal canal is. The hollows of the cheeks are a little bit harder to define. From the front of a skull, the gap between the teeth and the jawbone are pretty significant, but if you're looking at a skull from the side, you're not going to see any gap at all. You're just going to see teeth receding behind a jawbone. But to make this look good from a front perspective, we're going to exaggerate that more than it actually exists on a skull, which means from the side it's not going to look naturalistic, but that's not a big deal. This is art. It's not science. No science. Too much math involved. So you'll see that's where my actual teeth end. That's the end of my teeth, and then I go back and I adjust it, moving it all forward. That also helps, so you don't have to draw as many teeth the farther forward that line is, so that helps to save some time. So don't do what I do next. Lay down your bone color first, then lay down your black face paint. This was a huge pain in the butt later. I ended up totally cross-contaminating my white, and it was all gray in the pan, but not a big deal, just a hassle you don't have to deal with. And as soon as you look like a panda, you know that you're done. You've done a great job, you fancy panda. And this is the part where you really want to slow down and take your time. Everything else can look abstract and you can kind of slapdash it if you want, but this is really where you're going to want to slow down and take your time. The more realistic this looks, the more time you spend on it, it's going to totally sell the whole look of a skull. This is what's going to make it look good. Make sure your lines are as thin as possible. Don't adjust the eyeliner. Also, I don't know if this is safe to eat, but you know, whatever. It's fine. And then make your lines closer together as your teeth move farther back. That'll sell the look of the teeth receding back into the skull. So once I finished that, I went way freaking hard with this black eyeshadow. I went and set everything, added some shading. Then I went in with a small brush, used the eyeshadow to add some ridges and the cleft of the brows, and then I just made all of the teeth sort of a triangle shape. I feel like the bottom came out a little bit better than the top. It sort of perfected the technique once I'd gotten down there. It was grooving by that point. Then I went back with the eyeliner and just kind of sloppily outlined everything, which you're going to see right after this. I'm just reinforcing my highlights with the white face paint here and then making sure my jawbone is well defined. And then I added some of the bone in your nasal canal will show from the front, so I just put a line down the middle to show that. Then I defined the outside of all of my black spaces and then put down my black face paint. If you want to be a good person, you can also put black on your ears so they don't show, but I am very lazy, so I did not do that. Nothing crazy for the neck bones. And then I added some blood, because why not? Let's make it extra spooky, because we are spooky, scary skeletons. And that is the whole thing. It took me probably about an hour and a half. If you spend more time on it, it's going to look even better. I've probably done this about 5 or 6 times before I've really liked how it came out since I've been doing makeup. So practice and be patient with yourself. And thank you for watching. I will see you again soon.